Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Uh, I made this video to bring up something that I thought about. I used to be a Jehovah Witness, was raised as one. All seriousness turned into jokes. I call it, or I always refer to it as Satan University because they took the time back in the 70s, 80s to really dive into, so-called scriptural matters to expose the government and churches and things like that, but never once did they ever care to expose themselves. That was up on the member. Now you can look at member as being a religious member, a church member, a co-worker, a member of a society, a pretty much a number. Pretty much a number. So, to those who don't believe that, I feel sorry for you and my best wishes to you on that day that you do find out. But that's not the purpose of this video. And I don't want to take up too much time because I have a short attention span. So, what I wanted to bring out was the Bible in general. Forget if you're a Jehovah Witness or a Seventh-day Adventist or a Baptist or a Catholic or even just a backyard churchgoer now. If you avidly read the Bible, I want to advise you that you're playing with a very dangerous. This is the most of killing weapon ever introduced to mankind. So it starts off with the greatest lie that we've ever heard, and State University helped us. They have a book called, I think they call it the Creator's Book. For all those who were on the inside, it was a white paperback book, dealing with science and creation and how it ties in with the scriptures, trying to prove a point. Now, it's a reason why they studied that book one time. They whisked straight through it, and after it was done, they discontinued it because a lot of witnesses left around that time. It was around the early 2000s. Yeah, around 2001, maybe, around then. If you were a Jehovah Witness and you were in the congregation around then, no matter where you were, you studied that book. And it's a reason why they snatched all that out because, it made people wake up, especially to the book of Genesis. And I'll just point out, maybe just a couple of quick, lies that we can see. Like it starts off in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the creation book, it let us know that there was almost billions of galaxies out there in the universe, and that the Milky Way galaxy is proven scientific to be one of the youngest galaxies out there. That formulated thought in a lot of organization members, because then they went on to look at how all this was finished in a said amount of time. The biggest thing that made people turn around, and this just recently dawned on me, it was over here in chapter 3 where it talks about how in verse unto the woman ye shall not certainly die. Now, there's a lot left out in them verses. It started verse 3, and how he talks to this woman and stuff like that. Dangerous tool away now, because I'm done with it. Wash my hands of it. But this is the thing. And with my lovely mate going on 3 years this year, and around October, I think, or November. That's her reminding me. And so I love her a lot. I love the person that she is. And I hadn't found any yet in my life. She opens me up to it. So, with that being said, I'm wondering how in the cheesy grits did Satan or anybody else, whoever supposed to be, say something to a woman one time and she listened and actually did it? That sounds more like men. Because, see, a man will hear something, and if it sounds good, we going to think about it, and we going to agree to it. Because of the way that it sounded. If it sound like it make good sense, and if you're very convincing in how you say it, the only wheels that's turning in a man's head is the agreement. You ask us what we think, we're going to give you a formulated thought to make you think that we thought about the similar thing and that we have an educated thought on it. We could be as confused as a person with dementia, but we won't let anybody. And our actions will allow us to go forward and, as they say, put our foot in our mouth. So, with that being said, any religious, holy person, whatever you call yourself, you see this video. If you think you can prove me wrong, please leave it in the comments, send a video to me, send an email or whatever. If you catch me on Facebook or if you catch me outside, let me know what woman in the world, anywhere, have you ever told something to one time, no matter how much evidence you had, you sit there and you tell her something one time, and she not only believe you, but then do as you say. I know a lot of people gonna watch this that got daughters that's gonna go through this tonight and gonna go through it more when this woman matures. I got one more thing now that I put that Satan shovel away. That's what I refer to the Bible. A lot of y'all gonna be offended, but one of the truths that I wanted to put out there, you ain't gotta accept it from me because it ain't something that I invented. It was a truth here long before me. It's something a lot of people already know. That thing that y'all call the Bible was designed to keep you to pay tax, to keep you in the mind of places. She's cooking, and if her cooking wasn't worth it, I'd have said something. But yeah, the Bible is designed to keep corporations alive in business. The book of Revelation actually talks about not the coming of somebody invisibly out the sky, but actually the coming of somebody who come to their senses and wake the masses up. Now, I don't want to be that person because remember the story all the time, that person died alone. And what everybody else do who was with the person, they turn right on back to the way everything was at first. Like, oh, he was just some crazy guy that stood up and said something. So, no, I'm not trying to put myself out there for nobody else and no cause. This is a collective thing. So, if anything, please look inside yourself, become the better spirit, and if you looking for advice, because some people do, you looking for advice. The only advice I can tell you is, man, leave that Bible alone, leave religion alone, and do what you know is right. And I guarantee you, your life will improve. You know, now you won't have all the physical, financial bless yous of the world that the fake guy and his father brings, but it ain't about that. So, it's just something to think about. It's a thing called kingdom within. And I guess I'm a firm believer of that. And so, like I said, this channel is not to push anything off on anybody. I just try to be informative because I care. And, I really wish people the best, but you do have to think, you do have to free yourself. In that Bible, you will find a few truths to, you'll find a few things in there, their brain in your a clue as to what to do, when to do it, how to feel, and what to believe, because we all believe in something. It keeps the spirit strong. Sometimes the things that we believe in will lead us into captivity. And that's what that book will tell you. If it tells you one truth, but then 59 lies, you have to make your own choice. But to anyone who think that I'm just loony, I'm out there, that I just gave up or whatever, I challenge you. I challenge you to prove me. Hey, I'm recording. Wait a minute. Yeah, just trying to keep it short. So, this is what I'm saying. I know you're going to want to prove me wrong, and you're going to crack that book open. And you're going to quote a scripture. That's fine. But I guarantee you, without cracking it open off the top of my head, I could probably paraphrase something back that you would go to the Bible and it would make you scratch your head about. It is a very, very wicked tool. Don't underestimate it. It is the only tool that you could take one of, drop it in the center of a community, and watch it kill everybody else around. If they wanted to have a genocide or something, they would mass the churches together, and everybody would not have a copy of the Bible. They have one Bible. They have one person to interpret it. And I guarantee you, out of that community, you would have more crime than you see right now all across the world. So, that's just my thoughts, man.
I mean, you're right, though. I mean, at the same time, look at the crime that's been committed in the name of the Bible throughout centuries.
That's why I threw that out there. And then also, I was going to throw this out there, not trying to be cynical or anything, but I hope everybody had a good time this winter season with their family, loved ones, stuff like the church, and had a good time, and that's great. Gave offerings and stuff, and that's great. But,
For whom did you do
I,
it to?
that ain't my point. What I want is, in behalf of all humanity from coast to coast, can we please start offerings to the winos on the street? Buy them a sandwich or a beer and a sandwich. To the crackheads on the street who want a bottle or a pack of cigarettes, can we also buy them a sandwich too, along with that bottle and that pack of cigarettes? You know, a blessing is a blessing. What you may say is too much, you don't know you already gave to a man who already have too much. And you know, honestly, if you for the people who do think, you know, oh well, I want to shoot back at him and I want to bring him to Christ and I want to all that. Um,
Okay, so
only thing I could say is you know, brakes and slow your roll because it would take more than a miracle for me to turn around and to somebody who put more faith in what they see than what they can't see. You know, the old way isn't working, and they steady teaching us that every day. So all I'm asking is that we try something new because it's driving us to the point of insanity. You know, there's a lot of things that have failed us, and no matter how much it break on us, we pick it up, we try to put it back together, and we try to make it work. So that's all I really established a channel to do is to ask people to please let's try out of these parts that's broken, let's just not use it anymore. Let's just clean up and let's try something new. Let's use new direction, new thought, a new thinking process, a way to absolve issues. Let's try it, people. So anyway, this is Jackson Bradford. Thank you for watching my video, and I'm out. Love everybody. Love yourself. Believe in something.